And we're recording.
Freaking, we will video this.
Super close up.
Super in my grill.
And it's time. Dude, those fights last night, unbelievable.
Man, I was so hating. I mean, I really wish I could have done something.
It was like a knockout clinic.
Really?
Yeah, everybody was going to sleep. It was incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a card where I think 4 out of 6 knocked out. John Jones didn't end in a KO. I honestly felt like he was maybe he was just being very cautious.
John Jones.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, Thiago will rip your head off and not even think twice about it. He had some power going.
And he's young.
He is young. And something happened to his knee, but he was still throwing kicks and everything. But you could tell whenever he would move a certain way, it would just give out.
Really?
Yeah, it was really strange.
And John Jones didn't expose that knee.
Well, he tried to. Like, he attacked him as soon as it happened the first time.
Yeah.
John Jones, he rushed in. And somehow Santos got his bearing straight and just started laying into John Jones. And if we ever wondered if John has a chin, you figured it out last night. He can take some punches.
Really?
Oh my god!
From a good puncher.
From a good puncher.
Yeah. Because Santos is putting some people to sleep.
Oh, everybody he faces, he puts to sleep.
He's a strong, strong cat.
And not only can he strike, but he can kickbox too. I think he's a Muay Thai champion.
Really?
Yeah, I think he is. And that's when because John afterwards, he was like, if you can out kickbox a kickboxer, maybe he was a kickboxing champion, I can't remember, but he outclassed him in whatever he is a kind of a pro in.
Yeah.
It was interesting to hear John. He's a little disappointed in himself because he didn't finish it, of course, but it was even weird too because the fans were starting to boo and shit.
Really?
Yeah, they were so spoiled all night because after Masvidal takes Askren 3 seconds and just does a flying knee to his face and he stiffens him up. He went
starched him.
He went so far. Masvidal goes so far as to get down on the mat and count him out. He goes 1, 2, 3. He does that. And then as he's walking around, he also drops on the ground and goes, and goes stiff.
That is horrible.
Listen, he is a maniac. He's just a maniac.
Oh, man.
He's going to get his title shot now. He KO'd Till immediately in London. I mean, he knocked him out pretty quick. I can't remember. I think it was a first-round knockout. And then he knocks out Ben Askren in 3 seconds. It was the fastest knockout in UFC history.
Yeah. 3 seconds the fastest?
Yeah. And that was just because the referee had to jump in.
To break it up.
He didn't even know what was going on. It happened in a second. If you really wanted to break it down, I bet you it might be 1.7 seconds.
And that'll probably be looked at.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
About how fast that was. So if you bought a ticket last night, they were in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
If you bought a ticket, you really got your money's worth.
Absolutely.
That's a good time.
Dude, those
that's
tickets are
worth
$5,000.
What?
Yeah, for the tickets
Even
that I
for
saw.
nosebleed seats?
No, down on the ground, they're about $5,000.
Yeah.
But
Shaq was in the house. I saw
was
him
he?
in there. Yeah.
He's on the front of my Entrepreneur magazine this month.
Really?
Yeah, Shaq is.
So he's that guy.
I guess.
Shaq,
I haven't read it yet.
Shaq is all over the place. He is. He's like Rock, like The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's into everything.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, into everything.
Right.
And if you would break down some of these guys, where they came from, where did they get that mindset to hey, you know what, I'm gonna be into everything.
Yeah, I mean, who set the stage to kind of brand yourself? really, there's so many of those now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people if you just figure out your niche.
That came from nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how everybody ends. I mean, not everybody, but it just seems like that's the story.
Yeah. Those are great stories.
Oh, they're perfect.
That's why it takes you back into, what you've gone through growing up, or what you want your kids, allow your kids to do growing up.
Yeah.
They got to have a good story. That seems to be the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's even whenever we were on vacation this past week, we were with friends, and the friends, they're newly engaged.
Uh-huh. Aww.
And what do you say? How'd you do it? You know what I mean? Like, you
No.
always have to have a story.
Not really.
Yes, you do.
I've never said that.
I always say that.
Well, all my engagements weren't like ideal engagements. No.
Well, I don't.
I said all my engagements.
Jesus,
It's horrible.
72? How many?
Yeah. So the engagements aren't like all about a story.
Yes, they are. For the girls, it is.
You think?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So how'd you do it?
In New York City.
Were you like in a
Central
chopper
Park.
in Central Park?
You mean the chopper? No. No, we were just in Central Park. She likes Central Park. She likes New York City. And
Shout out to Central Park, New York City.
yeah, really. right by where John Lennon was killed.
Shot, yeah.
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 They called it, what was it, strawberry something? It was like a peaceful area
Oh yeah. Yeah.
over there.
There's a
as
lot
memorial.
of there's a lot of good spots over there in Central Park.
Yeah.
Much history is in Central Park. Okay, so you have 2.5 miles of like woods and trees in the middle of a city.
That's so neat.
It's crazy to me.
It is.
Like, how did that was some forward thinking on their part to try to
Sure.
figure out. Like, I don't know. Maybe I look at.
I
the
mean,
history
who made that
of-
up? You know,
Somebody
who made,
did.
Yeah, of course, but like out of that whole entire city, you're able to still have trees,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I wonder how much money is lost to the city as a result of it.
About you talking about space wise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because anything around that, $1 million to
Yeah.
rent a place.
So you probably make up for it
Oh,
in the
definitely.
high luxury kind of luxury tax, if
Yeah.
you will, to see the trees
Yeah,
than having a bunch of whatever apartments there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was there's so much history in there. So many backdrops for movies were there. I really got into the Central Park 5. Did I tell you about this?
Mm-mm.
So the Central Park 5 was there were like 5 teenage kids that supposedly raped a woman. She was a jogger
Mhm.
in Central Park, and they did time for this.
No
And
way.
it came out that they were all innocent.
Really? How'd they
Yeah.
figure out they were innocent?
It was just bad policing, bad practices. They really were just looking for something because, to be honest, it was a white woman that was jogging uptown Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
and there were 4 black kids that got charged with the rape. Yeah.
Did she actually get raped?
I don't know the ins and outs of the...
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's my thing. How were they innocent? Did somebody say, yeah, I raped that woman?
No, at that time, I guess there was no possible way. There's also a thing on Netflix on, I think it's How They See Me. Or,
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix that talk about this same exact case. I was wrapped up into it on Netflix. I was watching it. I only got about 2 episodes in, but one of the guys, I was in a lineup with one of the guys that was
Really?
one of the Central Park 5. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't in a lineup because I was in trouble.
I was.
So they used to.
How'd they pick you?
Well, so they go and find kids that look like the people that they're trying to to give
Sure.
them a good choice,
comparison.
right? A good comparison, and they'll pay you. It was like $25 to
There
go
you
in
go.
there. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll make some quick money. I went down there.
Yeah.
They took me to the precinct, and it was the 23rd precinct, and they said, and I was like scared. I was like, suppose they pick me. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
But he was like, "Don't worry about it. We know you have nothing to do with this. Hopefully,
Yeah, right.
you know." But
$25.
yeah, they bring us in, and we would just sit there, and they would bring us in a lineup. And it's not like the movies. Like, we didn't line up, and you had like the numbers in the back. Like, everybody walked in. It wasn't like that. We were all sitting around. It was just weird.
So you weren't like behind the glass and all that?
No, we were behind the glass,
Yeah.
and they had like a little thing that looked like a mirror. It was a two-way mirror. I mean, now granted, I was probably 11 years old at this time.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and they just came in.
Did your mom come in with you too?
No.
They just take you?
Yeah.
Did she know you went?
I don't even know. I don't even know how that went.
Jesus. Police officer's like, $25?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So I was in the boys club. The boys club in New York, and they just came in and said, "Hey, they talked to the counselors. They said, "Hey, we need some kids for a lineup." So they're coming to take us,
yeah.
give us money, and be on our way.
Okay.
It was crazy.
That is a little crazy.
So
it's through the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, just boys club.
Boys Club.
Yeah, they didn't have a boys and girls club then.
Oh, okay. Did you see the guy who commented on the video on YouTube?
That's me and him. We grew up in that neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like a brother of mine. So his father, I called him dad. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his father raised me. Me and that guy. Yeah. We can't. He knows my AKAs and everything. It's crazy.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got some stories.
I'm sure he does.
My man Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw the video or I saw the comment, I didn't know if you knew him or if he just like randomly stumbled upon the video or what. But
yeah, no. So,
cool.
so yeah, we're family, but he grew up in the building like next door to mine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and he went to the boys club with me, and yeah, we have a lot of history together.
Cool.
So it was pretty. It was cool how he said, took him back.
Yeah.
So it kind of gave a little credibility.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
what I was saying. I
Yeah.
mean, it's true. It's facts, man.
Yeah, the AKs and bicycles, fucking nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you do for the 4th?
Let's see. So I went down to my father-in-law's, and that was on the 3rd. Played some cornhole.
Yeah. You any good at cornhole?
No,
Really?
I'm not that good.
You the pizza toss guy?
I'm kind of, but I like changed halfway.
And then you start folding it?
No, because I'm kind of a pizza toss guy.
Yeah.
But I used to step up into it. But then I was like, that's not working for me.
Okay.
So now I'm stationary and just do like the whole bending of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
And
Feels better?
yeah.
Here's a hot tip for you.
What's that?
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
You righty or lefty?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed. So you know how whenever you're standing at the boards?
Yeah.
I always throw with my hand next to the board.
So I have
Right?
to be
So
on
I'd
the
be
other
on the
side.
left, like you're on the left side. Because if I come to the right side and I have to throw across my body, I'm way worse. But if I
So
weasel
to
my
beat
way
you-
to the left side,
Yeah, I
so
gotta
to
put
beat
you
me,
on the
put
other
me on
side.
the other side. Because that's my weak point.
But we just gave it up. We
It's
gave it
okay.
up to the world now.
That's okay. I'm really good at cornhole.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's tournaments. There's
Yeah.
they're like on ESPN.
Mm-hmm. I get the alerts for ACO Live all the time.
And stop it.
I do
That's
on Facebook.
geekish.
I'm sorry.
So wait, like what are they called? There's like you know
What?
how like NCAA, NFL. They
Yes,
call
ACO, American Cornhole
Oh my
Organization.
gosh. it. This is a thing.
Yeah.
This
And
is-
the one tournament I do a year that's every year is actually coming up soon. There's a set of twin brothers there. Their dad, they make official boards.
wow.
Yeah.
So like these are legit boards.
Yeah, they're like $350 a set.
A piece. Oh,
A set. And then the bags themselves.
Yes, everybody. We're talking about cornhole. So
And then the bags themselves have a smooth side and then a leather side. So if you want to play a slide game or a stick game.
there is strategy to this.
Oh, super much strategy. Yes. Are you kidding me?
Stop it.
Yeah.
You see, now they've taken something that was fun to like really bastardize it. So they have like
It's not bastardized. You have just like everything, you have levels. And with guys, you have to have a competition.
Oh my goodness.
You have to. Nothing can be just fun.
So you not being a big drinker, like how do you do your counterweight? Or you just create one?
Well, I don't know.
Because
I've only played.
I usually have something
few
in my
times lately.
offhand, my non-throwing hand.
Yeah.
To kind of like level me out.
Oh, I hold all the bags in that hand.
All of them.
Yeah, all at the same time.
So if anybody just holds one bag or all of them, this is all the bags guy.
I'm an all the bags guy.
All the bags.
Yeah, I hold them all in my hand. and I always make sure that all the beans are the same height.
Stop it. Stop
Listen,
it.
if you play with make sure that they're all the same way. And just like dollar bills, I make sure that all the lettering is the same. And then I hold them.
So OCD in cornhole. This is you.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's how I play.
This right here is going to be a video. You got to put this one up.
I'll put it up.
I mean, cornhole champion of the world.
Even though that
Ron
my
Jordan.
strategy is bastardized now.
Yeah, well, now you now everybody that plays against you,
Mm-hmm.
because they're listening. Like we
Of
have
course.
probably 1 million views right now.
Of course.
Just for
Yeah, everybody that plays me will try and put me on the right side. Then I'll just get better at that. Doesn't matter.
so
From
jiu-jitsu to cornhole.
I've been playing cornhole since I was 12 years old.
I didn't even know. I
Yeah,
didn't know anything about cornhole till
Oh
I
my
came to
god,
Pennsylvania.
we would that's our summer. We would be at the river and we would play cornhole for the entire summer. Everybody from my high school were all really good.
Cornhole champions.
Yeah, we have
That's how they grow them in Western PA.
every senior day, every like big event, there would always be a cornhole tournament. Always.
And you guys get really serious. Any
Yeah.
fights in a cornhole
I've
tournament?
never seen a fight.
Maybe that
I've actually never seen a fight at cornhole.
that would be pretty cool then. That we
Even my
should-
brother and I, we won the. Actually, we got second place in here, in town.
You get. Do you have
there's
like
a
a
competition here.
cornhole team name?
No, we never had a name.
Come on, you gotta have
But
a name.
the shirt that I get that I won was "I Heart Cornhole."
Yes, that's
And it's just green with white lettering.
horrible.
So bad.
Horrible. So that's gonna be trending. No,
I Heart Cornhole.
I Heart Cornhole
Hashtag I Heart
t-shirts.
Cornhole.
We're gonna put that on the Stars Podcast swag.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, I can't take that.
Did you ever hear about getting iced?
Huh?
Getting iced.
No.
All right, so I was watching this video yesterday. It's from the Go Hunt guys, and they have this thing inside their office where if you don't tell people your birthday and then they figure out when your birthday is, you get pranked.
Okay.
So this guy put his birthday on the calendar, but they just really wanted an excuse to mess with this guy. So he didn't really tell anybody that it was his birthday. He just went on a hunt and took vacation for his birthday. So when he come back, they iced him. And what that is you get Smirnoff ices and you hide them in areas where he will go to. So like he gets a box from UPS
Yeah.
and he starts opening it up and there's an ice in there. And he's got to chug it. You got to take a knee and chug it. And
Smirnoff ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they keep doing this to him throughout the whole entire day. It's a good video. It's only like 6 minutes. But then at the end of the day, he's like, all the guys are saying, you can't drive home.
Yeah.
You're drunk.
Yes. You've been iced at work.
Yeah. So his
I want
wife,
their jobs.
they're a pretty cool group of guys. So his wife has to come and pick him up. Well, on the way in, she picks up Smirnoff ices and ices him as soon as she gets in the headquarters.
Oh my.
And then that's his like 7th Smirnoff ice
Okay.
at that point. He walks out to the car and the wife gets him again. She goes, "Can you take a look at my speaker on the right-hand side? It's not working right." So he opens the door and in the cup holder in the door is a Smirnoff ice. He's got to drink that now. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but it was a funny video. And
To watch
it was
somebody
ridiculous.
get
Get
iced.
iced. But the guys at that Go Hunt office
anybody
are
wants
freaking
to
hilarious.
ice someone, this is the way to do it.
Hashtag get iced. It was fucking hilarious to watch this guy have to sit there, take a knee, and chug a Smirnoff Ice.
All right, so we could find this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Get iced.
I think it's on their Instagram. It was an IGTV on their Instagram. It was the Go Hunt, GOHUNT, Go Hunt guys. I could pull it up, but
So my
Anyhow.
back is on fire right now.
do you need to take a break?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So you went to you were
My
playing cornhole with
father-in-law's
father-in-law.
cornhole.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I went.
No, it was fine. I got better as the night went on,
Yeah.
but I wasn't drinking that much.
Okay.
It was a nice subtle time. Had my kids running around,
Sweet.
so
How's
It
your
was
boy?
cool.
One boy's collarbone.
yeah.
Is it
it's
fixed?
It's good. It's healed. He still messes with that arm a little bit, but
Okay.
he's a strong kid.
That's amazing that it was 3 weeks ago. Was broken. It's healed.
Less than that. This was 2 weekends ago.
Collarbone.
Collarbone healed.
Like you and I, it'd take 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh gosh, I tweaked my back yesterday, and I'm freaking
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, it'll
It's
take
just
me at least 2
amazing
weeks.
how quick kids can grow their bones back.
Yeah,
And
I
why-
guess it's a soft bone, the collarbone.
Like even ours.
Yeah,
Like if we break it,
yeah. So self-defense wise, that'd be a good bone to hit.
yeah, because after you break that, your arm's kind of
Yeah,
jacked.
done.
So you just like wham, punch somebody
Yeah.
right there.
It would look funny as all get out, though.
Just punching necks.
It's like how do you?
I don't punch
how do you
people in the
train
face.
for that? Yeah, no. I'm trained to punch you in the collarbone. Like that's
our new thing.
yeah.
Collarbone punches.
Hey, because you know how we do combinations of the night.
Yeah.
Be like 1-2 collarbone punch,
That's
throat punch to a knee,
Yeah. You could do
hammer
so,
fist.
So your throat come across
collarbone.
elbow,
Yeah,
side control, we're done.
knee.
We're done.
Yeah,
Throat, collarbone.
that's it. So, yeah,
Throat, collarbone.
Chris, we need to put that on there.
Come at me, bro.
Hashtag throat collarbone.
Come at me.
Oh.
That's one thing I was looking at too. I was watching like some of the pre-fight lead up stuff
Yeah.
on ESPN Plus, and they've been doing a really good job of getting in with the fighters leading up to their big fights.
Yes.
Kind of hyping up the fights,
Yeah.
hyping up the fighter, and obviously trying to get people to buy the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but they're also real conversations too. Like
A lot of it.
they follow their family. They talk.
Right.
They try to get some backgrounds because it's all about a story. One thing about now, kind of like what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
We're building. We're content creators on our lifestyle or
Right.
on what we're doing. So like we bring people into our podcast talk and how we do things and what we're doing to set stuff up. I think people like to interact that with you, if it's cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like if it's something fun. I mean, if you want to like build chessboards or something like that.
But I bet you there's 100,000 people that would love that too.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
know
the
what?
craziest thing about it. There was a video. This woman makes dolls and plays with the dolls.
Yeah.
And people subscribe. She has over 1 million subscribers, and all she does is play with dolls. She's never on camera, just her hands and the dolls.
So
So, like, it doesn't, like you were saying, getting that story and whatever,
Yeah.
there's always people out there that are looking for stuff.
yeah, and it's a totally different like vibe, different mindset now. So people talk about, like when we start talking about make America great again or how great America is. Come on, man. She's making money off of playing with dolls on YouTube. My kids watch the same Filipino kids play, Uncle, you want some tea, Uncle? Like, and they're making millions of dollars.
Sure.
So if you're not doing something with your life, like, try to find something that people, a niche. You wanna shop for people. You wanna try phones out. You could do something like that to better yourself. Like Gary Vee talks about flipping. Have you heard this?
Mm-hmm.
So like he goes to garage sales and he buys stuff on the cheap and he flips them all on eBay. So if you're not making enough money or you're not trying to better yourself, like there's ways out there to do that to make you, and you don't even have to have like a good entrepreneurial mindset. But in America, you can make money on going to garage sales. Like how many countries do this? How many countries have garage sales where people were trying to get rid of their old crap?
Yeah.
You know, for 50 cents. I love the people that want to haggle for freaking 50 cents. Okay, would you take 40? It's 50 cents.
Yeah.
Come on. I know you got that in your cup holder. Come on, just give it up.
Yeah.
But that
Hey,
50
margin,
cents,
man. Margin, man.
yeah, but that 50 cents, you know, you could sit there and flip something on, let's say you sold it for $10.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that price point right there, from 50 cents to $10.
Yeah.
You put some money into shipping, okay, you make $8. $8 more than you had before.
Right. And you just get better and better every time you do it.
Yeah.
And then you get an eye for certain things, like those antiquer guys that go around, you know? It's interesting to see what people will do. You know, if it's yard sales, if it's craft shows, if it's, you know, selling memorabilia, like even this book here with the Bruce Buffer book that I'm reading right now. His family start was selling guns and gun memorabilia and things like that.
Really?
Yeah, like there's so many different avenues to do things.
Right.
And we have that freedom to do it.
We do.
Which is the coolest part about living in America.
It is.
Because you can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some
the other
bad
way too.
There's some bad parts of living in America, but what storyline do you want to portray? Mm-hmm. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to go and try to make a better life for yourself, or complain about the life that you have?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Most people just complain.
Yeah, I think it's easier to complain.
Well, yeah.
Just like it's to blame it on somebody else. Mm-hmm. And you could do something to change your mindset, then do that. Why not? You know, sit there and be depressed in your own filth.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but they may not know any better.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe that people don't know any better at this point. Like, you know you're miserable.
Right.
You know you're pissed off. You know you don't have any money. You know you're not paying your bills. Yeah. There's no excuse.
So what are you going to do to get out of that? You could just sit there and just sulk.
Most people do.
That's horrible.
I don't get it. I don't get it usually. Why? But on any level. Like, why wouldn't you, if you know that you can do something more, I guess what's your ultimate goal then?
People don't like to fail.
Well, they don't like to fail.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying though is, like, if your ultimate goal is to just make sure that I live in this apartment and have a TV on, if that's your goal, then I mean, why would I go out there and start flipping shit and start selling things on eBay and creating a business?
Yeah.
You know, they have a small goal that they can continuously accomplish. So I guess maybe breaking outside of that small goal mentality is the first step, is to get yourself in a way that, like, okay, well, now I just want to, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. But, you know, just creating those smaller attainable goals. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody in the service, and what they said was, you know, if you can just get up and make your bed every single day and brush your teeth. It
was on a speech. I think he was speaking to, it was like a graduation speech.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think he was a general. He was an officer.
Okay.
And he talked about just making your bed.
Yeah.
He said that can start off your day.
That can start it's a simple, attainable task that you can say every day, at least I did this. And then you can build from that.
I tried that. You know that?
Did you?
I tried to make the bed every day.
Yeah.
And when I was single, I made the bed every day.
Mm-hmm.
Or my thing was I didn't want any dishes in the sink when I went to sleep. You know? But it just, I think you have to do something habitually. They say, 30 days for it to become
21 days.
something like that.
I think it's 21.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, that is something so simple, and you just.
But somebody like
shorten
yourself,
that.
you don't have to make the bed every single day.
Right.
But if you kind of like you're not setting goals anymore, or if you feel yourself getting stagnant, you can always bounce back to, okay, this is baseline. Let's just make the bed every day. Let's start over. And then you just build up from there. It's personally, I just fall into that cycle of, well, you didn't do that today. You didn't do that today.
And then you beat yourself up?
Yeah, because like you just feel like you're not checking all the boxes.
Right.
So then you feel like even if I run 14 miles on a Sunday but I forget to, I don't know, make the bed, brush your teeth in the morning. You're like, you fucking kidding me? Like you couldn't even do that?
But remember because you were doing that 75 hard, right?
Yeah.
So
remember, half-assed.
Yeah, but remember you was like, oh, well, I got to start over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, but not to beat yourself up. You're like, give yourself.
I'm giving myself more leniency anymore.
Yeah. And I think that comes with people with diets or lifestyle changes. When they start to go, life is a roller coaster, right? Nobody's going to have a pristine life, and they're not going to hit every attainable goal. It's not going to happen. But how you come out of that, how you come out when you hit that lull or you hit that dip, that deep valley, how do you come out of that? Do you beat yourself up and stay in that suck? Or you just, hey, you know what? All right, I messed that one up. Let's go. Let me just get it tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's another day.
I'm getting better at that second part.
About the tomorrow's another day?
Yeah. And just saying, because I just stay in the suck. I get in that suck part.
Yeah.
And I just stay there. It's like quicksand sometimes. Other times, I can bounce right back out of it. It's just, I don't know. It depends. And I kind of notice when I get into those areas, because I get, it starts affecting other pieces of my life. It's not just in my head.
Yeah.
I'll get quiet, and then people will continuously ask me what's wrong.
Oh, don't you hate that, though?
I don't hate it anymore. I used to hate it. I used to hate it because it made me think about what I'm doing to other people. And if I'm typically not getting asked that question, I'm acting a different way when I'm in my head. And if I'm in my head beating myself up, and then I get mad at you for asking me what's wrong, well, you're just trying to help me.
Right. Yeah. It's a really good way to think about it.
Because if I'm truly not upset, I'd be acting just like I always do.
Ooh, that's a Confucius thing. That's a hit.
But it's one of those things where I will get mad at somebody asking me that.
Yeah.
But then you have to be at least self-aware enough to be like, okay,
I'm something
not acting like I usually do. I am in my head a little bit. And then typically it's my wife that is asking me that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm thinking about, and this is what I'm beating myself up over. And she's like, are you serious?
I can so see her saying that to
yeah. She'll just look at me, really? And it just, we have just like I was saying earlier, there's levels of everything. We just have a level of relationship that it's like, yeah, really. That's where I'm at in my head right now.
Yeah.
I'm being an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm beating myself up over whatever.
And that's when you know you got somebody good. When they can recognize that, and then you can recognize that, man, they're just looking out for me.
That's it. And that's all it is. And it's not somebody trying to pick at you. It's not somebody trying to, they just love on you.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out, and they're trying to fix.
And you know what? The people that even ask, even if it's not your wife,
sure,
like me or someone you see sometimes at the Taekwondo school, hey, you all right? It's people that I think truly care about you.
Absolutely.
And when they see that you're in a funk, because like me, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy all the time.
Yeah.
But when I'm serious, when I'm not smiling, people are like, something's up.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
that's that's a good and bad thing, because then
Right.
that could snatch you out of what you're going through, and if you're self-aware enough to be like, you know what, yeah, you're right, I'm not myself, and this is why.
Yeah.
There's actually some really cool like psychology type groups and classes. Like I know there's a training, like I've done it before. It's called rap training, and they have you do like a survey when you're feeling good, right? So that gives you a baseline, right? And it asks you questions on how, like, what will help you when you're not feeling good.
Yeah.
So you share this survey with your spouse, somebody that's close to you, and you give it to them so they know kind of your baseline, so that they can sit there and help you. So when you're not in the good space,
Yeah.
they can be like, okay, so he said during this time this would help him out. So then they go and do it.
How about that?
Get you out of that. It's a great relationship builder.
I bet.
It was a pretty cool training. Of course, I didn't follow through with it, which a lot of stuff I do in my life. But
That's all right.
There was also a woman that I heard speak. She did a TED Talk, and I'm not going to be able to remember her name because I'm horrible. But she came up with, you know how we count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or count to 10 or count to 5 to kind of bring yourself down?
Yeah.
It becomes so monotonous of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that she did it in reverse. She said it changes the sides of your brain now. So if you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It changes the way
you think. So you got your right brain and your left brain, and now you're thinking with a different part of your brain that takes you out of the mindset that you're in.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because she was super depressed, didn't want to get out of bed. A whole bunch of stuff was happening to her. And then one day she was like, you know what? I got to get out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She jumped out of bed.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
The left and right brain stuff's interesting. I took a deep dive into that
Did you?
a little while back, and it was because I was reading I was reading a book.
We're horrible.
I know.
We should be more.
Well, you know what it is? It's the damn phones.
Yeah.
I don't have to remember anything.
This is true. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't remember numbers anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember, like, you ask me what my wife's phone number is, I can remember that one.
That's
That's like the only one.
Yeah.
I just can't remember shit. But anyhow, it's like he's the guru of meditation and yoga and all that stuff. Spiritual guy. Anyhow, he takes a deep dive into the left and right brain.
Uh-huh.
And like lobotomies and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
And the way that they scrambled brains back in the day and
Yes.
it like helped people. It's just crazy. They were doing lobotomies clear up until like the 20s.
Yeah. It's where they were drilling a hole inside.
And then just like stirring it with like a fucking milkshake stirrer.
That's bananas. You know,
Like first off, who's the guy's like, you know what? Give me that drill. I'm tired of this. Let me just drill this guy's brain.
oh, it's the same people that freaking thought opiates was the heroin was the way to do things, and I'm so glad that we've become.
The guy who created the schedule of drugs, again, can't remember his name. He was like the father of modern medicine. The father of modern medicine.
If you're listening to this to try to get like really good information,
I'm gonna have to look this up.
this is horrible. Like
This is why I have a computer.
This is why we like. How legitimate are we really? Like just.
I'm a surface knowledge guy.
So yeah, you got people.
I'm young.
We're giving you all this information.
So you can go and do it on your own.
Yeah.
Look your own shit up. What am I?
Google,
Wikipedia?
which is not a good site.
No. How about my daughter the other day? Did you see the video that's going viral where it's the robot spinning the bowling ball and throwing it at the bowling pins and it's a strike every time?
No.
Well, the freaking thing, it like spins super fast and then launches the bowling ball at the pins. First off, fake as can be. I saw it right out of the gate. But she goes, "No, it's real. It's on TikTok."
TikTok.
Like that's the caliber. That's the. Is it real? Is it on TikTok? Yes. Then yes, it's real.
Yes, it's like it goes back to it. It's on the internet. It's got to be real.
Yeah. But I was like, anyhow, the guy who's the father of modern medicine became addicted to
Modern medicine,
the opioids and all that, and all of his staff were then also addicted to it. It was wild.
It's crazy.
I don't know where I
So
was going
here we
with
are
that.
to the magical surface knowledge that we have, and now
Yeah.
we're going to hit Google.
Yeah, no, I gotta Google the father of modern medicine.
Oh,
I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. Why would I know that guy? Why would I know his name? I know Jorge Masvidal
how about
KO'd Ben Askren last night. Those are the names I know.
that guy that did the Hippocratic Oath?
Yeah,
That's the guy?
I think.
You don't
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't know.
Yeah.
You don't know it either.
Well, I never said that I did.
You're telling me I'm ridiculous.
You
'cause I don't know
started
it.
this. You
I
should
did.
have. Well, like I couldn't.
I
come
didn't
up-
have my note card. Sorry. I forgot to do my research.
We need to do research.
No, we don't.
Okay.
That's way too much effort to put together all of that. That's like a real show.
Yeah. We're just pretending to be one on TV.
Yeah, we're just going to figure that out later. But no, in all seriousness, 4th of July was, for me, it was awesome. I was at the beach, got to watch the fireworks with the family, and be around a lot of people, a lot of cool people, and just relax a little bit, which for me was very difficult.
Yeah, you're the only guy I know that goes on vacation and then finds a jiu-jitsu school so you could roll around.
Oh, dude, that was so fun.
Was it a good school?
It was.
Did they embrace you?
Yeah.
That's what's cool about stuff
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, martial arts is where it's at. The guy was super nice. Come to find out, our friends that just were recently engaged,
Yeah.
one of her bridesmaids is the black belt who owns the gym.
Uh-huh.
One of her bridesmaids' husband.
Did you know this?
No,
Wow.
I didn't know that. So when I posted it, and I posted the review of the Sodell Jiu-Jitsu Club,
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey, your friend's husband just went to my husband's gym." And then it just started a conversation.
That's awesome.
It was neat.
So, like,
But yeah, I
you
went
just
in.
walk in and just say, "Hey, look."
Yeah, so check this out. So super sketch. I get in the car. I figured I'd send him a message on Facebook. I said, "Hey, are you gonna have class at 7 a.m.?" Because that's what his schedule said. But it's a holiday week, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
He never got back to me. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna show up. What's the worst thing that can happen? There's nobody there, and I wasted 15 minutes of drive,
Right.
back and forth, whatever.
Good.
So I jumped in the car. That morning I went down, watched the sunrise. Was looking at my phone, and I talked myself out of going 100 different ways.
Uh-huh.
It was funny. It was funny. Like there probably won't be anybody there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You jumped in the car.
Got up, got my chair, my backpack chair. I went back up to the house, changed, got in the car, start driving up. Plug in the address. Easy drive, right up the highway. Take a left, take a right. It was right there. But as I'm pulling back into the drive, it's like residential. And it's like there was a trailer. Like nothing's really kept up. It's like in the back end of a shopping mall area.
Okay.
But there's this brand new building, which was the club.
That's cool.
So I was like, no sign or anything. Like it's brand new. So I pull in, brand new Cadillac sitting out front. I'm like, must be okay in here.
Yeah.
I walk in, the place is beautiful. It's white and gray,
Mm-hmm.
like the color scheme.
Yeah.
So the white is just super bright white. It reminded me of Team Alpha Male Gym. is what it reminded me of, if you're familiar with those guys.
No.
Yeah, it reminded me of that type of that feel. It was super clean. As I walked in, the guy was sweeping up. His name's Jordan. And then he proceeded to show us a north-south choke. We drilled it for 15, 20 minutes, and then we free rolled for the next hour.
Wow.
It was fun. They got this killer girl in there, 18 years old, 2 months training. She's going to be good.
She tapped you out?
No, she never tapped me out. She's super raw. She doesn't really have much technique yet.
Okay.
But she moves well. She's strong, and she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind all of it.
Yeah.
So you put her in positions, and she'll struggle to get out of it, but she will keep working. That was interesting. There was another dude there. He was strong as shit, really strong. But I worked pretty well against both of those two. But once I got to Jordan, he just whooped my ass.
Did
the
you
whole time.
like have to show credentials or something? Like, do you just say, hey, look, this is?
He asked me where I trained. He asked me how long I've been training, and I mean, there wasn't any credentials or anything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah, that's.
He just kind of felt me out, and then when I rolled with him, he was feeling me out, and
he doesn't want you to go in there and hurt his students, because I'm sure there's people that come off the street and be like, oh yeah, I'm this guy, you know what I mean? So that's cool. Like he vetted you.
Yeah.
In that in his process to say, okay, this guy, he's done some stuff, so he knows some things, and he's not trying to hurt me or hurt somebody else. Because I did hear one guy that he's a self-defense instructor. He's been doing it probably about 30 years. I heard him on a podcast, and he says, you know what? When I was younger, I would just spar anybody. Like, I didn't turn away from a fight.
Yeah.
He said, but then it got to a point like, why do I need to do this to myself? Because, matter of fact, they talked about it last night at UFC. Anytime you fight somebody like hard, you leave a little piece of yourself.
Yeah, it was Bisbing that said that.
Yeah. And I thought that was pretty neat. But he said, I knew I started getting older, and you got to take your ego out of it to say, like, this guy just wants to fight so he can say, I'm the guy that beat the guy.
Yeah.
You know? So he was like, now I just, no, I don't need to prove anything to you. You know, I don't need to show how much better, because he likes having people, and I'm sure this guy was doing the same thing. He wants to keep people motivated in a good space. So when you did roll with him, you didn't feel defeated.
No.
You didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I just got my ass whooped. You know, it was like, oh, okay, you know, he's trying to help me, he's trying to help you, blah, blah, blah. That's how it should progress. Yeah. As opposed to him just destroying you and you leaving
which
there.
He could.
Yeah, and you leaving there with a nasty taste in your mouth. He doesn't want that.
No, he wouldn't get all these people that come to his gym on vacation. That's what he said. He gets so many people coming to his gym on vacation simply because of that. Like, he just has this, I don't know, the atmosphere was, it's just like it was up in Monarch. It felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat that there's still people out there, because in my school, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I got people that have done Tun Sudo. I got people that have gone to other Krav classes. I got people that have done stuff in the military, which is fairly similar to a lot of the Krav Maga that we teach. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, look, you just come and train. Like, don't think that I'm going to be the one to beat you up, because I'm not the subject matter expert. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the end-all, be-all to any type of training. I just know what I know. And I'm not going to sit there and make you look silly. I'm not going to kick you so hard that you fly and hit yourself, hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that. I want you to come and have a good experience. Come back, bring a friend. That's how business works, my man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You come back, bring a friend, tell other people about us. The word of mouth is not dead. The word of mouth is now just electronic. Mm-hmm. You know?
And I made sure to give him a good review, too.
And you did. And big ups to that. I like that. That was pretty
When I have a good
awesome
experience, man, I let people know about it.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you see comments is when people have negative experiences.
Right.
Typically.
Yeah. No, this is true.
And I like to put that good stuff out there. because I don't know, maybe it helps somebody. Maybe it helps somebody go do it.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Yeah. Like somebody could read your comment and be like, oh man, this guy came from Pennsylvania. He'd never been to this place, and they welcomed him with open arms.
Right.
You know, the same thing. Like the Krav kids that I teach up there, they're from the parents. They're like, oh no, he's a good guy. You know, I'm gonna entrust him to teach my kids on how to defend themselves against bullies. You know, and that's the way to do it. To have my school grow from 4 people to now 25.
It's awesome.
In like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's pretty cool. Or to see a Valor Combat Academy just grow. Period. You know, we started out. We had an original like 5 people, I think, when we started bringing this Krav system, this self-defense system into us. You know, now we got 3 schools. Come on now.
Right.
Like, and we're all about positivity, what wanted me to do something like this.
Sure.
You know, we want to continue to do that.
And the empowerment that you put out there is just really, really fun too. You know, it's good spirited. It's not down your throat type stuff, you know, and the self-defense that we teach is not, everybody can do it, and it's effective.
Right.
Even whenever you just get clipped with something, and whenever you're training, you're like, oh man, if I really did that to somebody, it would really hurt them.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that we don't get hurt very often.
Well, this is
because
thing.
Everybody respects one another.
I mean, we are all. Some of us are very professional. We have professional lifestyles. We still have to take care of our family.
Right.
We still have to go to work the next day. So, let's go out there, do this, learn some stuff, and just train.
Yeah.
You know, go out there. Don't get too hurt. If it happens, it happens. It's enough for you to freaking go to work the next day. You might have a busted lip or a black eye, but.
And you guys don't tolerate people who do that either.
No.
Like, we've had a few people that have come through and are just a little aggressive.
Yeah.
But they get told about it, and it doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is also good for people to see, and because it makes people feel more comfortable.
Right.
You don't have a bunch of loose cannons running around.
Yeah. I just put a poll up on my page on why did you come into Krav Maga? Why did you come to train? It was just, it's either self-defense or fitness. Most of the people said both.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people that just came solely for self-defense. You feel a little more confident. You feel a little, you know, and we don't just deal with the physical aspect. We deal with the mindset as well.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty cool. Because I can't train you how to take a sucker punch well. I mean, you're not going to be able to stop a sucker punch.
No.
But if I can change that mindset so when you get punched, you continue to fight.
And don't curl up in a ball and
that's it.
Get your ass whooped.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Teaching people the mindset to fight back. Because just like we say, I mean, they don't have a plan B.
Right.
No, they just have another alternative victim.
Right.
That's it.
And those are the people that are coming to attack.
So if you change the channel immediately and you start fighting back, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
99.99% of the time. Actually, Renzo Gracie, he has a thing going on Instagram now where he shows people in real life doing jiu-jitsu to people.
Yeah.
There was a shoplifter. It's called Shoplifter versus Purple Belt. And it's a loss prevention guy.
Right.
I don't know where it's at, but just that confidence to intervene on a shoplifter. He intervened and took his back and put him in a choke.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, it's not the same thing, but it's similar.
Oh, it is.
Just the way that you can subdue somebody and not hurt yourself, but be effective and have that confidence to actually intervene is just amazing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to know enough in yourself to just say, hey, look, I'm not going to let this person victimize me or anybody else.
Right.
So be it. But you have to have that mindset.
You do.
And a lot of people don't when they initially come, or even to hit stuff. People, I mean, you can go hit bags, go hit pads, you know. Yeah, there's some people that don't even like doing that. They don't like to get touched. Sanitized area. That's all I like to say. You come in now to a sanitized area. We're going to make sure that it's pristine enough where you're not going to get hurt, right? So I want to expose your fear and have you overcome that. So even if it's just somebody grabbing you, I'd much rather you get that fear exposed in class as opposed to getting it exposed outside, right?
Because we can control
exactly
and talk through it
and
here.
work through it. Right, exactly.
It's interesting.
You know, so people talk about this Krav, or I wrestled when I was in high school, or or I've done all this stuff before. Everybody has a plan till you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Then if you never trained to even think about what a punch looks like, because we want to teach 5 minutes before the fight, not in the fight. When somebody's coming to you like, this looks a little strange to me.
Yeah.
He's clenching his fist. He's piercing his eyes at me, or he's cutting his eyes. He's trying to get me not to look at him. Yeah. That's when there's triggers out there. Like we always deal with, like in my other employment, we talk about that if there's more than one, then it's probable that there's going to be an altercation. So clenching a fist, he could just have, nervousness in his hands. But if he's clenching his fist and popping his jaw, it's a different situation. If he's staring at you and he's starting to breathe heavily, there's one, there's two. Now this might be a little something differently.
Yeah.
So there's ways to see. What they said, 60% is all body language. So it's not so much of what they say; it's what you see inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could tell when somebody's looking angry.
Absolutely.
You could tell when somebody's pissed off. So that's when you can when you
start doubling up those.
Yes, those triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the 5 minutes before the fight, and then you say, okay, well, I'm going to turn this way, or I'm going to tell my kids, all right, go ahead, get in the car, or I'm going to make sure if I have a weapon on me, all right, I need to be on a high alert. I see this guy, I don't know what's going to happen, but now I start to create a plan. What am I going to do to have this happen? If this was going to happen right now, what's going to be the after effects of this? How am I going to plan to get out of this safely?
Right.
Even if it's just something simple as like, hey, kids, get in the car. Or, hey, sir, how you doing? Just to have him acknowledge, to change his mindset. Because I told you about the time when I was bouncing at a club and I got two-pieced, right?
I don't think I've heard this one.
All right, so I was bouncing at a club. I was by myself. It was a little dive bar in Seattle. I've told the story a couple times, but so there was a guy threw a bottle at a girl. Time for him to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting out, and so I went to his table. He's a skinny guy, black guy, dreads. He's probably about 5'7", maybe about $130, right? Dreads, full, like he's had these things going on for a while. He comes up, and I said, my man, it's time to go. And he gets up, and he said, you ever been to Ireland?
Yes, actually, I have
crazy.
Heard this story.
I mean, you ever been to Ireland?
But say it.
Like,
finish the story.
So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, what the heck? What is he talking about? What do you mean, ever been to Ireland? Black guy, dreads, what do you know about Ireland? You know? So all this is going in my head. Your brain can only, focus on one thing. So I'm focusing on his question, and what the hell he just said to me, pop me, boom, boom, two-pieced me in the face, jumped on my head. Yeah. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't see any of this coming. Mm-hmm. Granted, the guy didn't have it was like punching pillows. Like he didn't have a two-piece. If he had a legitimate two-piece, I would have been sleeping. Right. Because at that time I wasn't in any type of training really that would make me any better of a fighter. So he tested my jaw. I took it. Yeah. But if it was somebody else, like,
he could have went down. But that, like you said, you want to be able to recognize that before, bam, bam.
Yeah. Yeah. So
ever been to Ireland?
I know.
For anybody out there who wants to pop somebody, Just ask him that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You ever been to wherever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. I've trained people that are therapists, psychologists, and I've told this story, and they were like, "Oh yeah, totally get it." You know, the same way that if you walk into a situation where everybody's high, let's say a hostage situation, and or it's somebody that's trying to fight whoever the hell he sees,
Yeah.
and you try to de-escalate him. You know, say you're de-escalating him just to close in on him so you can get hands-on on him. You know,
Right.
You start the conversation with him.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art of conversation. Isn't that something?
Well, they got they got books. They got countless
Sure.
books on that. Tung Fu, verbal judo.
Tung Fu?
Yeah.
I've never heard of these things.
Yeah. So they're books just about negotiation.
I couldn't imagine being a hostage negotiator. It'd be a high stressful situation.
Yeah. It'd be kind of tough.
It would be tough, especially if you lose.
Any
Somebody-
hostage negotiators out there you'd like to come and we'd like to pick your brain.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I would love to
Yeah.
pick somebody's brain like that. I've been talking to just random people about this podcast
Mhm.
and just people who I think would be really interesting to have on.
Yeah.
Like, have you come across anybody you're
yeah.
like, I want to have them on?
Absolutely. I got a psychologist. He's a doctor. Just recently got a different employment, so I can't pick his brain. He could tell you about anything.
Yeah.
Vegan, keto, brewing beer, making bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, and he can pick your brain. Like, and he's psychoanalyzed me like 20 different times, but he won't tell me. He just keeps it in his head.
That's scary.
Like he's like a savant. He's Rain Man of the psychology world.
That's cool, though.
But he's like the coolest dude.
Yeah.
Has issues too though. OCD,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and he gets in himself, overthinks everything. Like,
So he's super analytical about
Yes.
things, but he still is able to kind of make decisions and
Yeah.
things like that. That's
yeah.
tough. It's interesting that because the brewing beer, that's super analytical. I've done that. The whiskey thing, all these hobbies that I pick up, it's always something. It's always like a 600-step process
Yeah.
to fucking do anything. Even cornhole, I make a process.
Yeah, you did. You line up your beads.
I know. I have issues.
That is an issue.
I know. I'm a complicated man.
It works. Oh.
It does work.
All right. My back is on fire. Being slouched.
We put an hour in.
That's it.
Do you want to wrap?
Let's wrap it.
All right. Where can they find you at?
So if anybody's looking for any cool stuff on Instagram,
When aren't we?
yeah. So GC Rican _ Valor PDS. You can find me on IG, Valor Combat Academy in Meadville. Or if you want to check out our firearms training, self-defense training, valorpds.com. What ambitious stuff you got going on there?
You can find me on Instagram at Ambitious Distractions. And you can check out our YouTube channel, Stars Podcast. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right.